Hey guys, so I know it's been a while since I have made a video. My camera on my phone just has not been working. But I will make videos about my pregnancy because I did write everything down. So I'll have those videos uploaded after I make them. And I will insert pictures also of what I looked like at those weeks because I did take pictures of me then. So let's get started. This is my labor and delivery story. On July 25th, I went into labor at around 6:30 or 7 o'clock, and I had back labor, which really sucked. It was probably like the worst backache you'll ever have. It was horrible. So I went in to the hospital and they checked my cervix. I was only 4 centimeters dilated, and my water broke, but it didn't break all the way. So I was leaking a little bit, but it wasn't a lot. It was more like I'd only leak it out when I'd go pee, so it wasn't that much. My mucus plug I lost when I was about 24, 25 weeks. So I lost that pretty early. I was 37 weeks and 2 days when I went into labor, and they told me that I was being sent home because even 2 hours after they checked my cervix, I didn't dilate at all, not even a little bit. So I had to go back home, and she told me that the main reason why I was going back home was because I wasn't dilating and my contractions were not regular. They would go from 5 minutes to 3 to 2 minutes apart. But she did say that because I was in so much pain that I could take Tylenol, and also that I could take a warm bath. So I go home after I was in the hospital for a good 4 or 5 hours. I'd go home, I took one Tylenol, and I actually threw it up. I took another one after that, and I threw it up again. I ran some warm bath water, laid in the bathtub, laid on my side, and I fell asleep. I woke up a half hour later. Did you realize I fell asleep? I was so tired. I barely even slept at all that day. So I was really tired. And I got out of the bathtub, got my clothes on, and I took everything back down to my room. I got there and my boyfriend texted me and he asked me if I was home yet. I was like, yes, just got home, even though I was probably home for a good hour, just I fell asleep, so, so he came home and I was laying in bed crying. My stomach hurt so bad. My contractions were horrible. He kept trying to rub my stomach, and every time he put his hand on my stomach, I would yell at him because I was in way too much pain. I did not want to be touched. So I did home labor for about 6 hours straight. My contractions, as long as my contractions were apart, was 5 minutes. The shortest they were apart was 2 minutes. After an hour or two of my contractions being as bad as they were, I told him to go get his mom because I'm going to go to the hospital. So he called his mom, and she came to our room, and she timed them. And once that they started being 2 minutes apart for a while, because it was always 5 minutes, and then it was always 2 minutes. So once it was 2 minutes for about a good hour, we went back to the hospital. And when I got there, I was there for a couple hours before they checked my cervix, and I was still 4 centimeters dilated. So, my doctor told me, after my doctor came in, he said that he was going to have me admitted because my pain was so bad and because I was already there the day before. And I got admitted into a room, and they got my epidural ready. They asked me for an epidural. I told them yes. I got my epidural ready, and I had to wait until I was dilated a little bit more because I was 4 centimeters. There wouldn't have been any point in me getting it at that moment. So I had my strep B test that I had to do, and I had to get antibiotics for that. And it was 2 different antibiotics I needed. And I also got fluids as well to keep me hydrated. So after my fluids were gone and I took both my antibiotics, I finally got my epidural. When I got my epidural, it took about 5-10 minutes to work. Finally kicked in, and I was knocked out. I slept for about a good hour and a half. I woke up, my boyfriend still wasn't there, so I texted him. I was like, "When are you coming?" And he's like, "When do you want me to come?" Like, now, I want you to be there the whole time, you know. So he came about an hour later, and that was at about 1 or 2. Got my epidural at 12, I remember. And I got my epidural at about 12, so it was a couple hours after that. I got checked again, and I was dilated to 5 centimeters. I got my Pitocin, and they broke the rest of my water because I just was not progressing at all. So I got my Pitocin, and a couple hours later, I was 7 centimeters, and then a couple more hours later, I was 8.5 centimeters, I believe. And I'm gonna make him a bottle, actually. But I'll finish telling my story as well. So I started feeling pressure, like maybe a half hour to an hour later, and that's when my mom called in a nurse to get the doctor. My doctor was actually with another patient because she was in labor in the next room. So I had to have kind of like a backup doctor come check me, but I had to wait until there's a nurse available for him to check me. So when he finally did, he said that I should have been pushing a while ago. So finally I started pushing. I was pushing for about 7-10 minutes. It was not that long. And I ended up having him at 9:52 p.m. on July 26th. And dude, wow, oh my goodness, I was even it's like, why is this leaking everywhere? It's still leaking. What is up? I had July 26th at 9:52 p.m. and he was 7 pounds 4 ounces and 19 1/4 inches. 19 1/4 inches. And so that's basically my labor and delivery story. He finally made his appearance 4 days before my birthday. My due date was August 6th, it's actually kind of a funny story because my mom's due date for me was August 5th, and she had me July 30th, and then his due date was August 6th, and I had him July 26th. So, come here, bud. Come here, baby. So, it was actually pretty funny that kind of happened. So, I don't know if I told you in the video we're going to name him Malik Jonathan. Well, we changed our minds last minute after we had him. We changed it to Jeremiah Jonathan. So, that's him. So, I really hope you guys like this video. If you have any questions, any requests, you can comment below. You can ask me on Instagram. You can ask me on Twitter. I actually just made a new Twitter because my profile would not update on my other Twitter, so I had to make a whole new one. So I hope you liked this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. I will be making more videos but tonight. I don't know if I'll have them uploaded or not, but if I do, then they will be there for you. I'll also be making a playlist for but I know you're hungry, but you gotta wait till your bottle's done. Yeah. But, so, I will have all that ready for you. I really do hope you enjoyed this video. Love you guys.